Today I'm going to teach you how to make a wooden wine rack. Hi, my name is Alexandra Z and I am an Oakland-based woodworker and artist. First, we're going to start out with plywood as our base. We are 19¼ wide by 30 inches long. So our next step is going to be to take our trim, measure it to the length of our backing to 30 inches long, and we're going to cut 20 of these. So a tip when you are cutting anything on a saw, always cut on the side that you're not keeping, just to make sure that you've got everything. You can always cut more, but if you take away everything in the beginning, then you'll have to start over. So for our background, we're going for that wood slat look. So how we're going to create this is by adding these wood pieces that we just cut. So first step is going to be a thin strip of wood glue. Okay, and we're going to flip that over and go right to the edge. I'm going to do 3 brad nails to keep that in place, and then we'll move on to our next step. So in order to give it a little bit of dimension, we're gonna space them out by taking one of your slats, turning it sideways, and using that as your guide that is going to separate them perfectly. So you'll follow the same step: glue, place, and nail. Lift out your space holder, and now you can see there's a little gap. So that's gonna add dimension. So we're just gonna continue this process throughout the rest of the board. Our next step is adding shelves that the wine bottles will sit on. So we're going to start with our bottom shelf, going to line it up to the edge, and then I'm going to place underneath, and that is going to give us our exact measurement to go and cut. So now that we've got our long shelf, we're gonna cut 4 more smaller shelves that are gonna be individual bottle shelves at 11 inches. And just brace it, and we'll cut. So now that we've cut all of our shelves, we're going to figure out placement of the shelves, and I put some wine bottles here so we can kind of get an idea of what looks right. Distance in between each shelf should be 5.25 inches. So it's really important to drill a pilot hole before you put a screw in, because you don't want your wood to split. We're going to be drilling our pilot hole all the way through to the back so that our shelf will be attached by 3 screws. And then you'll repeat this process for the remaining 4 shelves. All right, so next we're going to glue the bottoms of our shelves. I'm just gonna put a little dollop of glue on every single one of our slats, not the ones where the holes are. Take the shelf and repeat this step for the rest of your shelves. We're gonna let this sit overnight so we can allow the glue to really set. So each of our pilot holes are here from yesterday. We're gonna do a pilot hole right into our old pilot hole. So now we're not gonna split the shelf on the other side. We're gonna take a screw and go right into the back, and that's gonna secure the shelf. So we'll do this into all of our pilot holes, and then our shelves will be secure. We are going to put some slats on the front of the shelves that will keep the wine bottles secure inside and not come spilling out and crashing onto the floor. All right, so we're gonna start with the first of the 4 slats, and we are going to set that on, and we're gonna measure that and have the edge be at 9 3/8 inches. Then we're gonna take our pencil and mark where that is on each of the shelves so we can put a little bit of glue on each one. So next we're gonna nail just 1 in the middle of each shelf, and repeat that with the other 3 slats. So now that we've got our slats on the front, gorgeous, we've only got a few more steps. So we are going to cut the piece that's gonna seal off this top. We are just gonna glue these into place, and then we're gonna do a small piece that runs along this bottom shelf. We are all finished. We can take it home and install it at home and put some wine bottles in.